My name is Marshaun Tucker. I played 99 and 2000. I was a junior college transfer from Southwestern Community College in Chula Vista. Chris Peterson and Mike Bellotti were an integral part of me getting to Oregon at the time. I really enjoyed Chris Peterson and Mike Bellotti. Chris Peterson was my position coach at Oregon, and just a phenomenal mind for the game, and really taught me a lot about being a wide receiver, being a young man. He was a tough coach at the time, but a lot of young men need that in their lives at the time. So came to Oregon in '99. Was a little bit of an adjustment, I think, as far as the speed of the game. So many guys were, if not at the same speed as me, faster. And so it took me a little time to get adjusted to the game, but after that, I felt good. I was looking at Arizona State. I think it was I had narrowed it down between Arizona State and Oregon. And I think it was, what kind of sold me was Chris Peterson and Mike Bellotti coming down and speaking to myself, my junior college coach, and my family, just about the expectation, how I would fit in at Oregon. And so when you do things like that, it means a lot. And one thing that I appreciated about Chris was he didn't actually say, you're going to come in, you're going to start right away. You have the ability to play right away, but you're not going to come in and might not necessarily start. You got to work hard at it. And I appreciated that. So we're playing against USC. We're here at Autzen 99. And they had a phenomenal, I think we went into triple overtime, Nate Villegas. So anyhow, I'm going against a DB, I forget his name at the time. Very good DB, very good footwork. And he realized that we always took an outside release on all our routes, and he ended up putting hands on me and carrying me all the way to the stadium side. And I go, yeah, this is a different game than junior college and high school. So it made me work twice as hard to get better and to work on things to be successful at the Division I level. When you play for the University of Oregon, it's like playing for a pro team. This is their pro team here in Eugene. And so everyone really embraces you as a student athlete. And, going to school is essential. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. I'm not saying it's done all the time, but that's what you're supposed to do. So Eugene has been great. I mean, I've stayed here for the past 13 years or so. I have to say there's two games. Out of all the games I've played, there's probably two. It's the 99 against Arizona State here at Autzen, just because I think that was probably one of the biggest plays initially for me. And Joey coming in and leading us down and just threw a phenomenal ball. And also that, down there at the desert, as they call it, Arizona State in 2000. And I think we went into triple overtime or double overtime. And, we thought we were done. Hill got stuck at the 1 yard line. I catch a fourth down and, whatever yards it was, and Joy throws a bomb to me to kind of get closer to tying the game up. And we had good resolve, and we kept pushing. So I think those two games plays a huge role in my life. I wouldn't say it's a play that's haunted me because there were multiple drops that play, not to throw out any names, but yeah, it was a huge play. I beat the DB, I think it was BJ Tucker at the time on the outside, and ran a fade route. And Joey I gotta give him credit, he threw a good ball and slipped between my hands. It's funny because I have the newspaper clipping of it, and my son reminds me of it every chance he gets. Oh, that's nothing. I mean, if you go inside the facilities now, I go, where was this back in '99? You know, Radcliffe would tell us to get in the ice pool, and it's just two whirlpools with ice in it, you know. Now they have all these fancy cameras and stuff, but it's good to be a part of something that has continued to grow. You know, I'm raising kids. I have three beautiful kids, Marshaun Jr., who's 12, a daughter who's 8, another daughter who's 6. My son is just a phenomenal athlete. I think all my kids are better athletes than I was growing up. And I'm definitely trying to find a good balance of when it's time to be competitive or is to let them kind of grow up and enjoy athletics. Beautiful wife, going on 13 years. I think the tradition. I think that being a former Duck, and every time I come to a game, every time I come back, I live in Eugene and I'm always at every game. Not only the fans, but everybody respects what you've done and what you put your heart into this program in this university. And I'm not saying every athlete get that experience, but for me, I get that experience every time I come back for a game, whether it's a picture or an autograph I'm signing, or an old photo somebody pulls out that I'm like, where did you get that from?
Or a video.
Or a video that you put on. I'm like, Kurt, what's going on, man? I don't have that one. So it's good. And I think gradually, us former athletes are starting to kind of, re-gel ourselves. Because I think a lot of people fail to realize that when you've given your heart to athletics for so long, life takes a back seat. So you have to get life out of the way and kind of re-gel with each other. So a handful of us keep in contact with each other and check on each other when we can, and that's always good. Well, I think one of the biggest things is that I worked hard. I studied the game effectively. I'm sure I made mistakes, but I came out on the field every single day and I enjoyed playing the game. And that's one of the things I try to teach my son, who's 12, who's playing football, is that enjoy the game. It's not a job. It's something to have fun. It's a competitive nature that we can take in, and it should be fun. And moving forward, I think people understand. It's funny because I'll sit at games now, and I'm watching the jumbotron, and quite a bit of times it's me and Joey catching the ball in the end zone. So it's funny because I tell myself, what does that mean? That means that we worked hard. Every one of us on that 99, and moving forward, in general, if you work hard, you sacrifice the years here to really give everything you have for this university. I think sometimes athletics and football players, people look at us a little differently. We work very hard. They might consider us spoiled or not, but we work hard.